I think I'm audible now. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Good. Uh, Hello everyone, myself Dr. Deepthi Kare, I'm MD PhD Physiology and I'm your faculty for Physiology. Okay, fine. So, let us start with today's topic, that is skeletal muscle contraction. Today we are continuing our topic skeletal muscle contraction. Fine. Now, before starting that, I have some announcements. Number one announcement, that is you will get soft copies of all my notes, that is available on the application Vesalius. This application you can download from the Play Store. This download is absolutely free and you can subscribe for the same. Okay, so this is also available. One thing. Second thing, if you wish to get hard copy of my all the physiology lectures, that is also available in the form of my book, that is Physiology Notes. This is my booklet authored by me, and that is available on Flipkart as well as on the Amazon. So you can order on that also. Fine. One more announcement is that there is one surprise at the end of my class, so please stay connected for that surprise. Okay. Now, let us start with today's topic. As we have discussed in last class that muscle contraction. Okay, we have discussed isotonic and isometric contraction. Okay, tone remains same and length remains same. Okay. Now today we discuss about simple muscle contraction or simple muscle twitch. This contraction, contractile response of the skeletal muscle, that is recorded, you can see here, in the frog muscle. Okay, in frog we use the muscle that is known as gastrocnemius muscle and the sciatic nerve. Okay, gastrocnemius muscle and sciatic nerve, this is the muscle, and the nerve, it is not properly visible, but that is gastrocnemius and sciatic nerve muscle preparation that is used to demonstrate this muscle contraction. Okay, as we have discussed, two types of contractions are there, isotonic and isometric. Isotonic contraction means the tone of the muscle remains same but the length changes, and isometric contraction means length remains same but tone changes. Here you can see when we are recording this skeletal muscle contraction, you just can see here that we have connected this end and other end is free, which is attached to the through the lever, and recording is made. So this contraction is isotonic contraction. Hmm? Tone remains same because when muscle contracts, length of the muscle changes. So the contraction which we are recording, that is isotonic contraction. We can make this as isometric contraction. How? We are connecting both the ends. Here you can see we are connecting both the ends, fixing both the ends, and we can make the contraction isometric. Fine. So this is your isotonic contraction which we are recording. Now we discuss about various phases of simple muscle twitch. You can see here it has got following phases. Number one, this is the point of stimulus. This one you can see here, this one, point of stimulus. Okay, this is point of contraction, from which point contraction starts. This is point of contraction. Third, this is point of maximum contraction. So it reaches to its maximum, then it starts relaxing. Then point of maximum relaxation here. Okay. Now we will discuss about various phases, various periods of muscle contraction. Number one, between point of stimulus and point of contraction, this period, that is known as, it is written here, latent period. Okay, latent period. Okay, time required for the impulse to pass through the stimulating point to the contraction starts, begins. Okay, then next is between point of contraction and point of maximum contraction. Here this period is known as contraction period, this one. Okay, and the period between point of maximum maximum contraction to maximum relaxation, this period is known as relaxation period. Fine. Now, total duration of muscle twitch, this is zero point 0.1 second. I will just enumerate different periods. You can see here from which latent period is 0.01 second. Okay, contraction period is your 0.04 second, and relaxation period, that is equal to 0.05 seconds. So if you summate all this, you will get zero point 0.1 second. That is the total period of simple muscle twitch. Fine. Now, starting with first one, again you can see this is the diagram showing the same thing. Now we start with the latent period. Now what is latent period? It is the period between point of stimulus, you can see here this one, and point of onset of contraction. This is latent period. Now what are the causes for latent period? It is the time required by the impulse to travel. Suppose you can see here, this is your muscle, okay, and this is the nerve. Suppose what we are supposed to do is we are stimulating the nerve. Okay, when we are stimulating the nerve, and here we have other end of the muscle, we have a lever. When muscle contracts, the contraction is recorded. So here this is the stimulating point. So what are the causes of latent period? Number one is time required for the impulse, because here we have stimulated, the impulse has to pass from the stimulating point to the neuromuscular junction. This is first cause. Second cause, neuromuscular transmission. Okay, impulse has to pass through neuromuscular junction. Third, after that, impulse has to produce contraction of the muscle. That is excitation, contraction, coupling phenomena. Okay. The next one, that is remaining next is chemical events. After what happens after excitation, contraction, coupling, calcium ions, they come out of the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and there is sliding mechanism we have discussed. Okay, sliding filament theory. So this also requires time. Okay, next is after that tension develops in the muscle, and that results in muscle contraction. And last cause for the latent period is lever. Also we have to lift the lever. For that also some inertia is required. So all these are the causes for latent period. I repeat, number one is impulse travels from point of stimulus to the muscle, neuromuscular junction. Second, impulse has to cross the neuromuscular junction. Third, after crossing, it produces muscle contraction. So excitation, contraction, coupling also requires time. Chemical events, sliding phenomena requires time. Tension is developed in the muscle, and lever inertia also takes some time. Okay, next is factors affecting latent period. Now in certain conditions, latent period is long. Okay, in which conditions latent period is long, as we have discussed. This is your nerve. Okay, this is your muscle, this is your nerve, neuromuscular junction. So when the distance between point of stimulus and the neuromuscular junction, when the distance is more, okay, more the distance, long the latent period. Okay, long latent period. So one cause is distance. If the distance is short, latent period is less, because impulse pass quickly. Fine. Second thing, that is latent period decreases with increase in the temperature, because when temperature increases, all the periods are shortened because of decrease in the elasticity of the muscle tissue. Okay, as well as latent period is less when the distance, as we have one more important thing for the increased latent period, this is distance. Second is load. If you are lifting the load, the latent period increases. Okay, load increases, latent period increases. Fine. Now, next is contraction phase. What is contraction phase or total contraction time? Here you can see this is total time extends from point of contraction to point of relaxation. Here this. So which includes both your contraction period plus relaxation period. Okay. During this phase, your muscle shortens. Okay. How much shortening takes place? 20% shortening of the muscle takes place during this contraction phenomena. Fine. Now, next is relaxation phase, as we have discussed. That is from point of maximum contraction to point of maximum relaxation. This is your relaxation phase. Okay. This is again duration, as we have discussed, 0.05 second. Okay, and it is recorded as downward movement. Your lever moves down here. Okay, so relaxation phase, another important thing, it is longer than contraction phase, because the events of the relaxation, they require more time. Okay, this is the reason. Fine. Now next is Duration of twitch. According to duration of twitch, as we have discussed, we have two kinds of muscle fibers. Number one, they are fast muscle fibers. In second one, they are slow muscle fibers. Fast muscle fibers means they are white muscle fibers. Fast twitch or white muscle fibers because their contraction time is short, only about 0.025 second. Okay, total contraction plus relaxation period. And but which are these muscles? There are extraocular muscles, muscles of the hand, muscles for the fine movement. Okay, and slow fibers, or you can say red fibers, duration of this is about 30 to 50 milliseconds. Okay, in human being. But if we are talking about frog like amphibian, this is 100 milliseconds. Okay, 100 milliseconds. Fine. And these are our postural muscles, our back muscles, our leg muscles. These are slow muscles. Fine. Now, which are the factors they affect your contractile response? They are number one factor, that is strength of stimulus. When the stimulus strength is strong, then contractile response will be more. Second, frequency, number of stimuli. If we are giving multiple stimuli, then the contractile response is affected. Load, we will discuss this separately. Load, what is the effect of preload and afterload on the muscle contraction? What is Frank-Starling's law? This is one of the very important topic. We will discuss in detail in our next class. Then, initial length of the muscle fiber. Initial length means when muscle fibers are stretched initially, so that also affects the muscle contraction, and temperature also affects the contractile response. So these are all you have to remember: strength, frequency, load, length, and temperature. Okay, starting with first one. Tomorrow we will discuss other factors. Today we will discuss first one, that is strength of stimulus. Okay, you can see here when you can see here when the stimulus applied is threshold strength, you can see you will get the response. But if the stimulus is sub threshold, sub threshold stimulus produces no response. Fine. But if the stimulus is threshold strength, then the response produced is increased. Okay, then again gradually, if we are increasing the strength, sub threshold, then sub maximal, maximal, gradually the response increases in a muscle. We are not talking about single muscle fiber. In single muscle fiber, there is all or none law. Here there is no all or none law in case of the contractile response. Okay, so as strength of stimulus increases, force of contraction increases because of recruitment of more and more motor units. Means suppose if you have a stimulated muscle with the submaximal stimulus, okay, you are recruiting 5 motor units. Or you can say here it is shown 2 motor units. Then if we are giving maximal, then number of motor unit recruitment increases, so the response increases. Okay, and in isolated now muscle preparation also we have different types of stimuli. Subthreshold stimulus that produces no response, threshold stimulus produces response, submaximal stimulus when less than maximal, gradually strength increases, response gradually increases. Maximal stimulus, very important thing, when the stimulus is maximum, the response produced is highest. Okay, why highest? Because all the motor units are recruited. All motor units in the muscles are now used up. So now when you are increasing the strength more than maximal, suppose if your maximal strength of stimulus is 10 millivolt, okay, now you are increasing to 11 millivolt, supra maximal, but the response will not increase. Why? Because all the motor units are recruited which are there for the muscle contraction required. Okay, so this is the effect of strength of stimulus. Okay, this we have already discussed. Subthreshold, no response. Threshold produces minimum response. Submaximal, graded response. More and more motor units are required. There is very important quantal summation here or multi-fiber summation. Okay, and maximal stimulus produces maximal response. But if we are increasing the strength of stimulus above maximum, there is no increase in the response. Okay, so this is about different stimuli. So this we have discussed today about various types of stimuli and contractile response. Tomorrow we will discuss about the load and other factors affecting muscle contraction. After this class, I have my class for digestive system. So if you are here, you can stay connected with me in next session. Another important thing which I would like to tell you, that is all the soft copies and hard copy of my notes that is available. For soft copy, you have to download the application Vesalius and you have to subscribe. And for hard copy, you can order on the Flipkart. You can order Physiology Notes. This is my book. And I told you in the beginning of my class that there is one surprise for you. And what is the surprise? You can join a WhatsApp group. The link for the WhatsApp group is given in the description. WhatsApp group. Okay, either you can follow the link, or the number is 78638 22668. Okay, you just can send message on this, or you can join with the help of a link. Now what is the advantage of, because we have limited students, so hurry joining the group. Why? Because there is at the end of month I'll keep a draw. Okay, draw in this WhatsApp group. Those students have their numbers in my WhatsApp group. There is a draw for the students, and I will give that student my book. Okay, so daily, or not daily, but every month we have a draw. So please join me on my WhatsApp number and you will get a chance to get my book free. Okay, so this is, or you can say join the link. The link is also given in the description box. Join me. Thank you so much. Thanks for being with me. If you like my video, you can like it, you can share with all your friends, and you can subscribe my channel. Okay, and hit the bell icon first so you get all the notification. Thank you so